afternoon. My name is Brian Shepard, and this evening we're going to be looking at a way of propagating that is common among many different types of plants. Today we're going to be looking at the polka dot plant because it's very easy to propagate in several different ways. You can take cuttings off of this at the nodes, but we're going to look at division. I have a large plant here that we're going to be taking the divisions out of, and we're going to be potting into a smaller plant with just a little bit of Miracle-Gro potting media. This is just a standard annual potting media, and it works very well for doing what we're going to be doing. There's not a whole lot of detail involved in it. Like I said, it's very simple because what we're going to be doing in division is we're going to be separating the roots that have developed inside this pot and separating them into another pot so that we can just multiply the amount of plants we have. Polka dot plant is very easy to do because it just seems to just root very well. It's typically grown indoors to get the best color, but this one has been growing outside in a semi-shade, so you'll see some color variations on this one. The best color is when you grow it indoors. So we're just going to go ahead and take the mother plant here, and we're going to pop it out of the container. You can see we have a very good root system that has been established in this plant. As you can see, it begins to surround the plant that it is in. We can take these plants and what we remove from the plant for division to plant in another pot. We'll just fill in the gaps with some more potting soil into the old container, and it'll continue to root. You can do as many divisions as you can as long as you have roots that are established on the stem that we're going to be dividing. As long as those roots are there, it's a great way to divide. Again, you can do cuttings, which would be to take the cutting at one of the nodes and to usually they dip that into like a hormone or a endobutyric acid to give it a little bit of help in rooting, but they root very well that way as well. Simply going to divide the plant by breaking the plant apart, and you will notice that there are different areas that have come up in this plant that are separate and have their own root system. We'll take the larger portion and put it back in the original container. The great thing about division is you don't need all the roots that come with it. As long as there are some roots with it, that works. Some people like to use scissors. They'll come in with a set of scissors and cut down through the middle of the division that way. Like so. And you still have a large root system here. And what we'll do is we'll take a portion of this root. Naturally, the better or the more roots that you can get with it, it does work good. But some of these others that kind of came apart, you really don't need those roots. So we'll just kind of take what's loose here and pull it off. And we're going to take our new pot and pull it out here. And put some potting soil into the other container. I like to fill the pot to its capacity so that you can then pack the soil around the roots and get a good contact with as many roots as possible. And you just basically just dig your hand down in there, take the roots of that plant, put them down into the plant, and take some extra potting soil and top it off. As you top that off, we'll water this in as well, and you'll see that that's about as simple as it gets. That plant will continue to root and will continue to thrive. After the roots get established, what I generally will do, will come in and I will cut a portion of the plant off like that so that it will branch back out, and other stems will create and it'll fill this plant up. That plant there is ready to be watered in and take inside, and you have a very beautiful plant that you can put inside for a great decoration. So here's our final outcome. As you see, we still have our mother plant. We cut off the portion that we were going to be using in division. We potted it up into another pot by separating it from the mother plant. We used a pair of scissors to do that, and we potted it up into this pretty little pot here to be able to set inside, so that we will have this plant grow with better color in it, because we're going to put this on the interior and grow it inside, which has much better color. We used Miracle Grow potting media. It does well in doing division propagation. This potting media also has a starter fertilizer that'll last up to 6 months, which is typically good when you're using these type of plants, because you'll get fertilizer that'll last over the next period of time. So here we have it. Here's our plant. There's our completed project, and again, we still have the mother plant that we can put back and grow, and eventually take more off of it and make other plants by division. I want to thank you for being with us today and seeing just this one simple method of propagation. We will have other videos that we will post on our YouTube channel, and encourage you to follow us there, and you'll see different methods that we will present to you for different types of propagation, as well as some different growing techniques in the future. So come back and join us. We'd love to have you with us each and every video. Thank you very much for joining with us today.